Day 2 of 3 for the Arizona road trip vlog. We stopped at Indianapolis last night. Made it through Indiana, Missouri, and Oklahoma.
And now we're in Texas.
It was not as bad as yesterday, and that's awesome. We started off with Indiana. The only thing notable for the short trip we had through Indiana was Brazil, Indiana, home of the Popcorn Festival. Awesome. We might make that a stop on the way back. It depends on whether or not this Popcorn Festival is happening yet. Then we hit Missouri. And Missouri clearly has an awesome sense of humor. The first billboard we noticed was, and keep in mind, we're tourists.
We are.
And it's the first time that I think we drove through Missouri the way that we did. This is the first time we've taken this route out
here.
here.
And the billboard was huge.
Huge. We
billboard.
kept seeing this fucking billboard for Uranus Fudge Factory.
I thought you were lying.
Just let that sink in for a second. Uranus Fudge Factory. But apparently, like, we're going to Arizona, which has Tortilla Flats, which is like this old Western touristy kind of place. So that's apparently what Uranus, Missouri is as well. But it took us 3 billboards and a lot of questions to get to that point.
I would have stopped.
But we would have stopped if yesterday hadn't set us behind so much. Just so I can give someone a box of fudge from Uranus.
Yep.
You're welcome. The reason that Missouri, I think, has such a good sense of humor is that after we passed Uranus, Missouri, there was a chain of gas stations called Come and Go. But not C-O-M-E, like come and go, like you're coming and going. But like K-U-M, because they couldn't quite get away with C-U-M. Yeah. So there's that. So we're seeing those gas stations at the same time we see a huge billboard for the adult superstore with a bowling pin. And I'm like, wow, that's a weird way to advertise your adult superstore, because we all know what adult superstore is, right?
It's toys.
Yeah, it's videos, games, whatever. You know.
Okay.
Videos are outdated, so it's basically just a sex toy shop, I'm sure. But it's right next to a bowling alley, so you can drop your kids off and they can go bowling while you pick up a little something for yourself. So Missouri, I love Missouri.
Missouri was awesome.
It was beautiful.
It was very pretty.
It was beautiful to drive through. I do wish we had driven through Kentucky, because Kentucky was awesome. I hadn't seen actual bluegrass until I had driven through Kentucky, but we'll figure it out. I think it was in Missouri that we saw the motorcycle guy, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was, yeah.
So, Mom's driving. Real quick.
Okay. So, motorcycle guy. And I actually had a dealing like this back when I was about 16 or 17. I grew up in Wheaton. And coming down Veers Mill Road, Twin Brook, I think, shut off to the left. Anyway, so I'm looking behind me in traffic today to make sure I'm not going to get rear-ended while watching the front. And traffic is backed up in Missouri, somewhere in Missouri. And this couple on a motorcycle, they're coming down at a very high rate of speed.
Oh, and it's a no helmet law too, so they're not wearing any sort of protective gear.
So they weren't wearing any sort of helmets, they weren't wearing any sort of protective gear. They were just 2 humans on a motorcycle driving at an extremely high rate of speed in between the lanes of traffic. And it took me back. There was a time when I saw this guy on a moped coming down 2 lanes of traffic, coming in between the two lanes, and the car in front of me opened their door.
Oh.
I don't know if it was on purpose. I don't know if it was on accident, but what I'm telling you is at the ripe young age of 16, this is what I saw happen. And I'm telling you, today, after witnessing the idiocy of people on the roads over the last 48 hours,
right.
The only reason they're alive today is because I have a heart and I have a soul. I wanted to be able to go to sleep tonight.
That's literally what she said to me, because I didn't see them behind us. I just saw them fly past us in between us and a very large truck.
Mhm.
And I'm like, okay, wow, cool. Way
Yeah.
to be responsible. Because I love motorcycles. I grew up with Garland, my grandfather, on the Harley. I have
A
friends.
boyfriend had a crotch rocket.
I have friends who they ride or die for riding motorcycles. I love being on the back of a motorcycle,
They're responsible.
but I love not being an idiot at the same time. And it was, my mom looked at me and she was like, if I didn't have a heart and soul,
I would have switched lanes. I
Yes.
would have turned my blinker on and
because
switched lanes.
yes,
right in
it was
front of 'em.
traffic, but there was enough for us to be able to move.
Mhm.
So you can't. I mean, oh my God, it's the fucking.
There we go. And then they ran the red light.
Oh yes, and then we saw them. They pulled off. They're obviously local to the area, so they pulled off the highway.
Went to the underpass.
And we saw them, and they pulled up next to a bike, and I'm thinking, okay, maybe they were rushing to catch up to their friend.
Mhm.
No, because then they just sat there for a second. We saw the red light because again, traffic's not moving that fast, and they're just like, nope, fuck this shit, and they made a left turn and
It
ran
was
the red
bad.
light.
It was really, really
It was bad, and it scares me. That's the thing that pisses me off is that, like, as someone who looks out for motorcycle drivers,
For all the
you're
dumb shit
also
I did
asking for it.
when I was 16 and on that crotch rocket, we never ran a red light.
Nope.
We never went between the cars. We drove fast, but we minded our manners. We
And every
minded
time
our
I've been
laws.
on the back of a
That's the
motorcycle, I've
difference.
had a helmet on.
Mhm.
Well, that's Maryland state law, but
It's
two,
Maryland.
it's just,
Oh, wait a minute.
oh God.
Can we talk about the fact that where are we at right now?
We're in Texas.
In Texas, the minimum wage is $7.75. Really? $7.75?
All right, let's not get into all that.
I'm just
because,
saying.
like,
We're gonna let it go.
that
I'm just
person was
saying.
applying for a McDonald's job, and I worked at McDonald's when I was 15, making $6 an hour.
$7.75.
We also paid $40 less for a nicer hotel room than we did in Indianapolis. So, cost of living,
You're right.
we're not going into that.
Right. Okay. Go ahead.
Mom's had a couple drinks. I've gotten her riled up. So that was Missouri. Oklahoma was beautiful, absolutely beautiful. We were prepared for the turnpike and the tolls.
Yes.
At one point, because I don't want us to act like we're perfect, I have, and it's over on the table right now, Time Magazine did an issue for Harry Potter for the 20-year anniversary. So I'm reading some of the articles to Mom, because we're Harry Potter nerds.
Don't.
I told you I was going to tell them
Go
this.
ahead.
And I look up at one point from reading the article, and she's going to merge because we're having to get in the cash-only lane for the toll. And she is kind of distracted and almost just sideswipes this fucking car. He was
No.
from Pennsylvania, and we had Pennsylvania tags, so I'm like, I want to be like, oh yeah, East Coast. But at the same time, I'm like, oh man, we fucked up.
He wasn't
So
happy.
they were not happy. We did not see them again on the turnpike. I think they stayed very clear of us. But
That was all
that's
my
fair.
fault.
That was our fault. That was her fault. But we now have developed a rule where there's no reading articles
About Harry Potter.
about Harry Potter or anything relevant to us while we're driving. Because it's not that she wasn't paying attention, it's that she wasn't paying as much attention
As I should.
as we should have in an area we didn't know.
True.
However, considering the Oklahoma Turnpike, we were prepared this
Oh
time
my
because the
God.
last time we weren't prepared and we were like scrounging for change at the last hole.
Literally on the ground.
Yeah, on the ground
Scrounging
looking
for
for
change.
change because if you don't pay the fine or if you don't pay the toll, you probably get like what an $80 ticket
It's
or
like an
something
$80 ticket.
in the mail over $1.30 or whatever in change. So we pull up to the turnpike. The one in front of us, I don't even think she threw anything into the thing because
didn't
it's
even.
at a certain point it's not a person, it's just an automated like coin collector, and it just counts the coin like a vending machine. So she just ran it, and then the thing started beeping, and it took her picture, and I'm pretty sure she's gonna get a fine, but
yeah.
whatever, she must have known that. So being prepared, it's $1.30 at this point, so I pick out 5 quarters and a nickel. If you could do American currency, that's a fucking $1.30.
You're so pissed over this
I'm
nickel.
pissed because if you're gonna trust
Go ahead.
anyway,
Go
so
for
the
it.
light wouldn't turn green, and I know that we kept going, that we'd end up with an $80 ticket. And it's like getting a speed camera thing. Like you can't really argue that. It's just you pay the fine, you move on with your day. I'm not paying $80 on top of the $1.30 that we actually paid for the toll. We did our thing. So Mom's just like, well, maybe it's malfunction. Let's just go. And I'm like, no, just throw another nickel in there. So we did, and of course the light turns green. So now we paid $1.35. So the state of Oklahoma has now stolen 5 cents from it.
They owe you 5 cents.
They owe me 5 cents. They basically stole it because if you had a fucking person there, that's what pisses me off about it. If you're gonna have toll roads,
It costs money to have a person there at the booth.
yeah, and it costs money to drive on the road. So
You're
like,
right.
where's the trade-off? Anyway, Oklahoma is beautiful. We were almost gonna hit some storm. Mom was freaking out because I think there was a tornado that touched down right outside of Oklahoma City when we were about. There was 2. I thought you were gonna do it. So there were 2 because we're listening to the radio, so we're getting the news reports of do whatever. And I'm excited. I pull the camera out. I'm like, hell yeah! Like I'm thinking Twister. The first movie I ever saw in the theaters was Twister. So I want to see the cow go across and then come back. That's all I wanted. And Mom's freaking out. Not freaking out like loudly, but like I can tell she's tense while driving, so I'm trying to be quiet. But I have my camera ready. I'm like, yeah, please just drive into the center of the storm. I want to see it. But we, lucky enough, were able to pass by all of it. So we made it through Oklahoma just fine. I mean, I missed my chance to see a tornado, and they ripped me off for 5 cents. But it's a beautiful state, so it's fine, I guess. We were trying to make it to Amarillo by the end of the night. I think we're, like 80 miles out?
20 miles.
Really? Only 20?
Yeah.
So,
Tired.
tomorrow we should only have to drive
9 hours.
9 hours to get to where we're going in Arizona. But we're back at the hotel. The hotel vending machine doesn't accept dollar bills apparently, so I had to go out to the car to get changed, and the women in the fucking
really
elevator.
angry about it?
I was angry about it because I just wanted to drink.
Explain the second floor thing.
I'm about to, because then I get in the elevator, we're on the second floor. There's only 3. We're not staying at fancy ass hotels. Alright? It's a Best Western Plus, which is actually cheaper than the cheap Best Western we stayed in Indianapolis, but it's all about logistics and where you're at. So I get in the elevator to go down. Of course, there's other people checking in, so there's someone who gets off the second floor, and there's a couple, 2 older women. One who's probably my mom's age, one who's probably closer to grandma's age. And the one who's closer to grandma's age starts to get out of the second floor, and the other one's like, no, this isn't us. And so I get in, and I see that the 3rd level light is lit up. And I'm like, okay, so you guys are on the 3rd level, thinking this. I'm going down to the lobby.
This is funny.
But then they keep hitting the second floor button, which is where we're at. This is literally where the elevator just stopped, at the second floor. That's where this guy got off and where I got on. You have 3 choices. So we go up to the 3rd floor, and I'm thinking this is them. So I'm like, hey guys, this is the 3rd floor. And they're like, oh no, we're trying to get to the 2nd. And I'm like, okay. So we hit the 2nd button, I'm thinking, motherfucker, I just got on at the 2nd floor. You were just there. And they're complaining about how the elevator door wasn't close enough, and they're confused. They don't think it's working right. And I'm just thinking, it's working just fine. You just don't know what you're doing. But it's okay. You're sweet. They're nice. People here are really nice. So I'm not bitching by any means. I'm just commenting on how we all have our off days. And clearly they had an off day tonight. So 20 minutes later, I get a fucking $2 Cherry Coke or Dr. Pepper, I think, a Snickers bar, and a pack of chips. Which the Snickers bar and the chips actually cost less than the fucking soda did.
Chips?
Yeah, you should be over there. So that's our day. Tomorrow should be just fine. Yeah, I think that's it.
I think that's it. We should be out of here at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning.
Yeah, we said that last night, I think.
No.
In the
No, I
vlog, we were debating whether we were going to get up at 6 or leave at 6. We got up at 6:15.
We got up at 6:15.
And then we left at 7, but it worked out.
Tomorrow, we're leaving around 6:30.
Well, we also hit the time change today, which gave us an extra hour.
Yeah.
So we're an hour behind tonight
We're
from
hoping
you
to be
East
in
Coasters.
Arizona by 3:30 or 4 tomorrow.
I'm going to say 5 because I'm realistic.
Really?
So I think we'll be in
You wanna
Arizona,
place a bet?
Apache Junction, Arizona by
Place a bet.
5 Arizona time.
Place a bet.
I'm saying 5 Arizona time. You're saying 3 or 4? I'm saying after 5.
You're saying after 5.
All right, we can't have this go on forever though.
No, but I'm not on camera, right? So
No.
you're saying after 5 tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say.
Before 5?
I'm gonna say before 5.
All right. What are we wagering? I'll buy the first round when we go up.
There you go. All right.
All right.
Tell them who you're wagering with.
I'm wagering with my mother, by the way.
No.
She doesn't want to look. Her birthday, by the way, is July
Tomorrow.
16th, which is tomorrow. By the time it uploads, it'll be today. Happy birthday, Mom. Fucking love you.
Love you too.
Mwah. So if we get there after 5, she's buying the first round of drinks when we go out, which will not be tomorrow. It'll be like Monday or Tuesday. Or I'll buy. So we'll see what happens. Woo! Yay, Arizona vlogs. You want to say bye, Mom?
No.
Say bye.
No.
Just wave. Just wave.
Bye.
Do the Princess Diana word. There you go. All right. Bye, guys.